If you hate your life, if you don't like the life that you're currently living, you have desires that you want to achieve, but for the life of you, you can't achieve them. And this process of you not being able to achieve those goals is making you hating your life. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can solve this for good and how you can actually love your life, love everyone around you, and actually achieve the goals that you want to achieve. This is not a BS guide. This is the actual guide that I used, that thousands of others that have used to achieve their goals. And this process, I've learned it from my multi-millionaire mentors like Sam Ovitz, Charlie Morgan, Alex Hormozi, etc. I compiled everything that I've learned for them, and I'm going to explain to you in a very simple model how you can use it immediately after watching this video to be able to solve any problem and achieve your desired goals. So, the first thing that you need to understand is that you have a goal. But most probably, you don't have a clear goal in your mind. It's vague. Maybe it's a car or a watch or a house, or there's probably it's a vague idea, or maybe multiple things. You need to pick one goal. Because if you pick multiple goals, you need to do multiple things to achieve both of them. And that's a problem because you have focus. Okay? And if you're focused on one thing, the amount of focus would be exponential. But if you focused on multiple things, like, for example, starting multiple businesses, for example, you'll have a focus like this, and like this, and like this, and like this. And this won't exist because you're trying to achieve multiple things at the same time. So if you try to achieve multiple things at the same time, none of them will be achieved. So just focus on one goal. Okay, so one goal. You need to clearly define what the hell do you want. Because you want a car? Okay, what type of car? How much is it? When do you want it? Like, have a specific goal. That's the first thing that you need to have. Okay, you've picked the one goal. Now, we need to ask ourselves, who do we need to become to be able to achieve this goal? Because if you think that you, with your current personalities, your current characteristics, your current beliefs, your current knowledge, your current experiences, if you think with these, you can achieve this goal, you're lying to yourself and you're delusional. Because you, with where you are right now, there's 0% of you to achieve this goal. And I'm not saying this to you to discourage you. I'm telling you the truth. You, with your current personality and traits and beliefs, you can't achieve this goal. You need to become someone else. Okay? Now, what we need to do is that we need to look at the identity. Who do we need to become? Because if you think about it, okay, let me draw it right here. If you think about it, your life, where you are right now, is the sum of every single action you've ever taken. You took the action to to click on this video, and now your reality is you watching this video. And every single action you've ever taken is the sum of every single decision that you've made. I butchered the name, it's fine. Whatever, decision. And every single decision that you've ever made is the sum of every single option that you perceived. And every single option that you perceived is based on your thoughts. And every single thought you have is based on your paradigm. Now, if you don't know what a paradigm is, it's basically the lens that you see things through. If you think that every single human sees the world in the same way, then that's false. Because if you think about it, let's say that there's a Ferrari driving by, a red Ferrari. Some person would say, wow, this person, he worked really hard on himself and he deserves this car. Another person would look at the same car and they would be like, shame on this guy. He's stealing our country, he's stealing our money, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's a bad guy, he's rich, so he's bad. It's the same stimulus, it's the same piece of information from reality, but every single person is understanding, or not understanding, interpreting the information differently because of their paradigm, because of the lens they perceive the reality through. And their paradigms are the sum of their beliefs And the beliefs are based on the experiences. I know I butchered the name again, but it's fine. So, looking at this model, if you want to change your life, aka achieve this goal, you need to do different actions. But for you to take different actions, you need to decide upon taking those different actions. And for you to decide upon taking these different actions, you need to have the options for them. There you go. Okay. So that's better. So you need to take different actions for you to be able to achieve your goal. And for you to take different actions, you need to decide upon those different actions. But how can you take different actions if you don't know what actions to take? You may ask this question, and it's a fair question. Well, you need to look at the other options that you have. Well, you may think, okay, well, how can I perceive all the options that are in front of me? Because if you think about it, if I ask you, I want you to start a business, you may think about SMMA, an agency, or drop shipping. But you won't perceive every single option out there. There are millions of ways to make money, and there are hundreds, maybe thousands of businesses that you can start to make money. But the thing is, it's not just about you. No person sees every single option available to them. They see the options based on their thoughts, based on how they think. So if you want to change your life, you need to change your thoughts. So how do we change our thoughts when we need to see the world differently? Well, how can we do that? We need to change our beliefs. How can we do that? We need to change our experiences. How the hell do we change our experiences? That's a good question. So I've come up with this, and I call it the omniscience paradigm. And this is one of the best works that I have, and I explain it in depth in our community, link in the description if you want to check that out. But basically, in order for you to take the right experiences from reality, there's the reality. Reality consists of your parents, your friends, your phone, the YouTube, the Instagram, the TikTok, the phone calls that you get, the people you see on the street, all that are information from reality. And if you want to change your life, aka achieving your goal, you need to give yourself the right experiences. Well, how can we give ourselves the right experiences? Using the omniscience paradigm. So what this basically means is that you will have a piece of information, okay? I donates information. So you have the piece of information. As I said in the example for the Ferrari, one person can perceive it in a way, another person can perceive it the other way. Now there is a third way. You can perceive it. If you look at a Ferrari, let's say that you're not rich and you want to become rich. This piece of information, you can look at the Ferrari and say yourself, this man or this woman bought the Ferrari. So it's possible. I can actually achieve it. So now you're giving yourself the right experience from the piece of information. That way you're feeding yourself the right beliefs. You're strengthening the belief that you have that becoming rich is possible by adjusting how you experience the information from reality. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And because you're now strengthening your beliefs, your paradigm will be different. The lens you see reality through it will be different. Every time you see an expensive car, you will know what experience you will get from it. And that way, you'll start thinking differently. You will say, okay, well, it's possible. Others done it. Hundreds of people, well, not hundreds, millions of people own Lamborghinis and Ferraris and all that. Millions of people. How the hell all of them achieve that? Well, because it's possible. They know things that we don't know. Then it's possible. So you start thinking differently. Well, how can we do that? How can we achieve the goal that we need to achieve? You start thinking differently. Start figuring out other information. You start reading books. You start watching videos. You start doing different things. You start thinking differently. You want to do different. You start thinking to do different things. So when you start thinking about doing different things, you have now more options. Because now you're thinking that it's possible. You have the belief that it's possible. So you now, and new thoughts come up to your mind, like reading books, like taking courses. And because you have now new options, you have new decisions to take. So you take new decisions which will lead to different actions, which will result to a different life. That's how it works. Now, okay, it's very simple to say, but it's very difficult to do, as of everything, okay? Anything that I explain here, it's very easy to understand, I hope that, but it's very difficult for you to do. But if you came to this video thinking that you can achieve anything within an instant or within a week, then you're wrong. You can't. If you're here for a quick money scheme, if you're here for a quick hack to make money and then to start making 10K per month in the next week or even in the next month, it doesn't work that way. Because changing your identity by having the right experiences will take time. Now, okay, if you're able to find a millionaire or a billionaire to mentor you, the mentoring aspect of it will allow you to get so many good experiences because they're rich, they have probably a private jet, they have a mansion, they have a car, so you're getting the right experiences from them, but also they're giving you their paradigm, they're teaching you how they think. So they're hitting two birds with one stone, by the way, when you have a mentor. Now, your mentor doesn't have to be a billionaire or even a millionaire. Find someone who achieved the goal that you want to achieve and reach out to them. Now, there's a problem. There's one mistake that a lot of you do, and I used to do it when I started my first business. When you find someone generous enough to actually mentor you and help you and answer your questions, don't bombard them with questions. Ask them one question a day maybe, or two questions a day. That's it. Don't bombard them because they will hate you for it and they will stop mentoring you. Okay? I'm just saying. I used to do it. I lost a lot of potential mentors from it. And now, because I achieved the goals that I wanted to achieve, and there are a lot of my friends who want to achieve the same goals, they're bombarding me with the same questions. And like, I don't have any time left for my own business and my own life. So I stopped answering their questions. So keep that in mind. So now, getting back to the beginning of the video, if you hate your life, it's because you haven't achieved the goal that you want to achieve. And the reason you didn't achieve the goal that you want to achieve is because your identity does not align with the identity that needs to become to be able to achieve this goal. To end this video with this note, let's say that you're standing here and Jeff Bezos is standing here, okay? And I give you both $100,000, okay? And I ask you to start an e-commerce business. And after a month, we're gonna look at how much money you made from your businesses. Who do you think will make more money? Most of you will probably go and buy a Lambo to show off. I know it. But Jeff Bezos knows what to do. And he has the connection, he has the knowledge, he has all of that. The identity is different. It's not because Jeff Bezos, it's because his brain is different. Not that he has two brains, but the information inside the brain is different. He has different beliefs, he has different experiences. Most importantly, he has different paradigms. He knows what to look at. He sees reality for what it is, not who he are. He sees reality objectively, not subjectively. Okay? So I recommend that you rewatch this video to understand this model. This is a very, very important model for you to understand. And to reiterate, focus on the experiences. Again, how do we do that? Whatever stimulus that you interact with from reality, you need to take the right experience from it. Okay? If you watch a movie and someone is making a lot of money in the movie, just take the right experience from it. Don't sit down like just watching. Try to take the right experience. Any piece of information that you see can give you the right experience if you want to. You need to be conscious of it. If you go to a supermarket, or screw that. Let's say that you go to Walmart and you see like thousands of products. Do you have any idea how many good experiences you can get from those? Just think about it. There are thousands of products. Every single product is based on a manufacturer, which is a facility. A manufacturing facility costs millions of dollars to be built. Isn't that enough for you to believe that making money is possible and becoming rich is possible? Look at how many products. And if you don't have Walmart in your city or country, go to any like big supermarket or a mall. So focus on the experiences, follow this path, and you will achieve your goal. If you're interested in more systems and ideas like this, then check the link in the description. There's a community, you can join it for free, and I will see you there. Thank you so much.